Hello, I'm Michael Cornfield of 720 Strategies. Welcome to this We Work for Health advocacy webinar entitled Be the Message Module and Other Secrets to Successful Public Speaking. Like all our advocacy webinars, this session is designed to help you learn the protocols and nuances of a particular form of public affairs communication so that you can prepare, deliver, and follow up on a message with maximum effectiveness. Today's webinar takes up what is, for many people, the most nerve-wracking activity in public life, getting up in front of a group of strangers and delivering remarks. We'll walk you through a process of preparation, rehearsal, arrival, delivery, and follow-through, which has been designed to minimize anxiety and maximize effectiveness. The program begins with some advice on information you should obtain from the organizer of the event where you are slated to speak. Next, how to assemble your remarks, module by speech module. After that, a few tips on the Zen-like goal of becoming the message, making it yours, which is your primary mission as you practice and tweak what you have written. Fourth, why it pays off to get there early and size up the room. Fifth, what you can do while you are in the act of public speaking to reduce jitters. Eliminating them is impossible and, to be honest, undesirable. We'll explain why. Finally, a look at the hardest and most crucial aspect of public speaking, the Q&A session. As soon as you are assigned or procure a speaking gig, and in the latter case, please let us know, it is extremely valuable to have a conversation with the event organizer or another contact at the sponsoring organization. You will benefit from knowing as far in advance as possible something about the host's expectations for your speech, about the likely composition of the audience, particularly its size, expectations, and knowledge about the industry and healthcare, and about the format. How long do they want you to speak? Who else will be speaking? Will there be time for Q&A? Now, it may turn out that the organizers want little more than a lively speech on an issue of the day. In that case, take as much initiative and leeway as you can to shape the event so that the likely audience will leave with a more favorable impression of the We Work for Health campaign. Consider your best angle on the subject. Play to your strengths and try to be timely, which can be difficult if the date is a few weeks away. You should also provide the organizers with your bio, both for promotional materials and your live introduction. Come up with as good a title as soon as you can. Now let's turn to the task of assembling your remarks. And it is an assembly job as much as a creative writing project, because you will be pulling content from existing sources. The basic structure of an advocacy speech consists of an informal opener, known as an icebreaker or a handshake, followed by 3 to 5 minute long segments known as speech modules, and concluding with a call to action. You can find much of the content you need at the We Work for Health website under the Learn the Issues tab. With a little bit of luck, as you review this material, it will bring to mind personal experiences and thoughts which will help make the remarks your own story and testimony. First things first, the handshake. The handshake consists of a few informal, light, and locally specific words at the outset of your speaking appearance. The purpose is to put yourself and the audience at ease and establish a good connection between the both of you. The best subject for a handshake is a brief anecdote recalling an incident involving you and someone in the audience. Such a recounting of a shared experience helps demonstrate that you are one of them. That person in the audience can also serve you during the rest of your remarks as a home base for friendly eye contact and stress relief. Someone you can come back to again and again as you talk. Now, if you don't recognize anyone in the audience, have a plan B. And you use for your icebreaker those standard local topics, the traffic, the weather, sports and entertainment, or the last time you were in the community where you're speaking. The heart of your speech should take the four-part form of a speech module. Part 1, state the problem. As an advocate, you are speaking to people about a shared current concern. So open your discussion of an issue by articulating a problem that we all want to solve. Part 2 of the speech module, offer the solution. Here is where you place a core message, which you will repeat and explain. A core message is often distillable into a phrase that you want your audience to remember. Think of it as the headline you would like to see if someone were writing about your speech for a newspaper. The solution and the problem statement should fit together like the proverbial hand and glove. They should be commensurate. A big solution for a big problem, and so forth. If the solution which you think can be realistically mustered is medium-sized compared with the way some people talk about the problem, then turn that to your advantage by saying, well, we cannot accomplish the big thing right now, but we can accomplish the medium. It's important to come across as realistic. Part 3 of the speech module. Paint a positive vision of what life will be like with the solution fully in place. This is where you can weave idealism into your module by talking about universally shared values such as health, safety, financial security, a better world for children to inherit. The solution will move us toward these goals. Finally, in Part 4 of your module, close the loop by explaining how we in the campaign and industry are already working to realize the vision and implement the solution and solve the problem. You want to give the audience the impression that they will be joining community work in progress. Sample topics for modules include healthcare for all, the problem of access, control and management of chronic disease, the solution, continued innovation in medicine, and cost containment in healthcare, which is the solution of a system oriented to preventive care as much as to attending to the sick. As you put your modules together, make sure you signal your transitions from one issue to another. Some of you will be adept and inspired and come up with segues that please the audience. But that's not at all necessary. Plain, explicit transitions of the "now I turn from this to that" are perfectly acceptable. Try to compose short sentences. They are easy for you to say, and they will be easy for your audience to remember. Subject to action verb to direct object style sentences work well in public speaking. We work for health, for example. Try to avoid sentences with clauses, as they can lead to your stumbling and to audience confusion. And yes, I just broke my own rule. That last sentence had a clause. A third writing tip. Enumeration simplifies the complex for the listener. And this time I am following my own rule. People can follow multi-part concepts and accounts much easier when you number the segments. For example, in the United States, drugs come to market via a 5-stage approval process, and then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The best conclusion for a speech echoes the beginning somehow, and it wraps up the speech in a pretty package. So try to work your way back to the person in your handshake and bring the audience back to where you all began. This means a little foresight in choosing the topic for your handshake will yield a pleasing surprise. Inspirational closers also work well, maybe combined with a reference to your friend whom you sure will agree with your vision. Whatever you use to conclude, the goal is to stop your formal remarks on an upbeat. Pause for effect, and then say thank you. Remember, public speaking is show business, and the old show business rule still applies. You want to leave your audience wanting more from you. Thank you and good luck. Until next time, I'm Michael Cornfield of 720 Strategies for the We Work for Health campaign.